Hello students, in this lecture we are going to study all the numericals of fuels topic, and first of all we are going to start the numericals by using Dulong's formula. Dulong's formula is used for the calculation of calorific value. So let's understand in brief the concept of calorific value. Calorific value is one of the most important characteristics of any ideal fuel. So calorific value is the amount of heat energy released during complete combustion of unit mass of fuel. It is expressed in kilocalorie per kg. There are two types of calorific value. Higher calorific value, which is also called as gross calorific value and written as SCV or GCV. Other type is LCV, which stand for lower calorific value and is also called as net calorific value. Now let's understand what is the difference between higher calorific value and lower calorific value. So HCV is the amount of heat energy released during complete combustion of unit mass of fuel, and the products of combustion are allowed to cool at room temperature. When we talk about lower calorific value, it is the amount of heat energy released during complete combustion of unit mass of fuel, but the products of combustion are allowed to escape. The products of combustion in both the cases are CO2 and H2O. Now let's understand what is the Dulong's formula for the calculation of calorific value. So GCV, which is also called HCV, is equal to 1 upon 100. 1 upon 100 C plus 34,500 H minus O upon 8 plus 2240 sulfur kilocalorie per kg. And NCV is equal to HCV minus 9H upon 100 into 587 kilocalorie per kg, which can be also written as HCV minus 0.09H into 587 kilocalorie per kg. Now let's understand what are the terms in this formula. So first of all, C stands here for carbon, H stands here for hydrogen, O is for oxygen and S is for sulfur. After that, if you look at in the formula, it is given 8080C. So this is the calorific value of carbon. Similarly, 34500, this is the calorific value of hydrogen, and 2240 is the calorific value of sulfur, where 587 in the formula given, this is the latent heat of steam. Now let's solve a numerical on the basis of HCV, Dulong's formula. So guys, in this numerical you can see a coal sample is given, which consists of carbon is given 90%, hydrogen is given 8%, sulfur is given 1.5%, nitrogen 2% and oxygen is given 5%, where the remaining is the percentage of ash. Now let's calculate higher and lower calorific value. This kind of numericals are asked in the exam for 5 marks. So according to Dulong's formula, we have HCV is equal to 1 upon 100 8080C plus 34,500 H minus O upon 8 plus 2240 sulfur. This is our general formula for HCV, Dulong's formula for the calculation of HCV. Now first of all, in the first step of this numerical, you should write this general formula given to you here as it is. After that, what is the percentage of carbon given to you in the numerical? Just have a look. It is given 90%. So in the formula of carbon, just put the value of 90% of carbon. After that, 34,500 in bracket H. Now look at what is the percentage of hydrogen given in the numerical. So what you will do, put the value of hydrogen, then similarly put the value of oxygen in the formula, and finally put the value of sulfur. After keeping all the values of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and sulfur, just go for the calculation and you will get the final value, final answer for HCV. After calculation of HCV, you have a second formula of NCV, that is LCV equal to HCV minus 9H upon 100 into 587. Now in this formula, again just put what is the value of HCV. HCV we have calculated in the first step. HCV we have just calculated in the first step, that is 9849.975. After that, the value of hydrogen as it is taken from the numerical, put the value, go for the calculation, and you will get the final value of LCV. So this is the way to solve the numerical on Dulong's formula. You can just have one more numerical, just have a look for a second numerical for a practice. Now in this numerical also what is given? Carbon is given 60%. Just note down what are the elements with their composition given. Oxygen given 33%, hydrogen is 6%, sulfur 0.5, nitrogen is 0.3, and remaining is ash or that 0.2%. Guys, in this numerical you can observe percentage of nitrogen is given, but nitrogen it can be present in a fuel but does not support for a combustion, or it does not contribute any calorific value, and that is why it is not included in the final Dulong formula, and that's why what we have to do, just avoid the percentage of nitrogen. Now after note down all the calculations given to you, just write down first of all what is your Dulong's formula. HCV is equal to, after writing put the value of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, then sulfur, and after that go for the calculation. So this is your first step of HCV calculation. Second step, you should calculate LCV. Again we have the formula HCV minus 9H into 9H upon 100 into 587. Put the value, go for the calculation and get the final answer. So through exam point of view, these numericals are expected for 5 marks. Minimum weightage can be for 3 marks and maximum can be for 5 marks. So all of you should practice this numerical which are given in the slides. Just go for this practicing this numerical. And this is all about Dulong's formula calculation. So what we learned in this numerical, we have a simple Dulong's formula, put the values of given constituent and calculate. Now through exam point of view, there are the other kind of numericals also. They are based upon analysis of coal. The quality of coal sample is analyzed in by two different ways. The first one is proximate analysis and second one is ultimate analysis. In proximate analysis, we go for the determination of percentage of moisture, volatile matter, ash content and percentage of fixed carbon in coal sample. And we come to know if higher is the percentage of moisture, volatile matter, ash content, so lower is the calorific value and poor is the quality of coal sample. Similarly, in ultimate analysis, it involves the determination of percentage of carbon, hydrogen, sulfur, nitrogen and oxygen. Now let's understand how to solve the numerical on proximate and ultimate analysis. So guys, for the ultimate analysis we have, these are the formula: percentage of moisture, loss in weight of coal upon weight of coal into 100, percentage of volatile matter, same formula, percentage of ash is the weight of residue upon weight of coal into 100, and after that we can also find out the percentage of fixed carbon, which is the percentage of fixed carbon is equal to 100 minus, the formula is 100 minus percentage of moisture plus percentage of volatile matter plus percentage of ash, and by using this formula we can calculate the percentage of fixed carbon. After that, you should also note down what are the basic formulas of ultimate analysis, and formulas are like percentage of carbon equal to The first formula you should note down before percentage of carbon, percentage of nitrogen is equal to volume of acid consumed into normality of acid multiplied by 1.4 upon weight of coal. Then you can use the formula for percentage of sulfur. Formula is weight of BaSO4 upon weight of coal into 32 upon 233 into 100. And then percentage of carbon, it can be written in two different ways. The first one, when you go for through the analysis of this coal percentage of carbon, you know that carbon on combustion get converted into CO2, and that CO2 is absorbed in KOH bulb, and that is why we say percentage of carbon is equal to increase in weight of KOH bulb upon weight of coal into 12 upon 44 into 100. Or we can also write the percentage of carbon is equal to weight of CO2 upon weight of coal multiplied by 12 upon 44 into 100. This is the other way to write the formula. Again, percentage of hydrogen, the formula is increase in weight of CaCl2, because when you carry out the ultimate analysis, you can come to know in ultimate analysis hydrogen on combustion converted into H2O is absorbed in CaCl2. So we have the one case is like we can calculate, in the first case we can calculate increase in weight of CaCl2 upon weight of coal into 2 by 18 into 100, or we can also write percentage of hydrogen is equal to weight of H2O formed divided by weight of coal sample, whatever you have taken for the analysis, upon 2 into 18 into 100. So that is also the one more formula what we can use for the calculation of percentage of hydrogen. Now, through exam point of view, these numericals are important. The minimum weightage is for 3 marks and maximum can be asked for 5 marks. So, now let's understand how to solve the numerical on proximate and ultimate analysis. So, dear all, this is the numerical given to you. Like, how much is the weight of coal sample given? 2.499 gram of coal sample is given, was taken in a silica crucible, and it was heated in oven which is maintained at around 110 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. So you just observe how much is the weight of coal sample given? 2.49. Now this 2.49 percentage weight of coal sample was allowed first of all according to proximate analysis for the determination of moisture, and after that it becomes 2.368. So what we should note down in the first step, we should just note down weight of coal sample which is given 2.499 gram. Then you calculate for the percentage of moisture, you calculate loss in weight of moisture which is observed. The initial weight was 2.499. Okay, and after it is maintained at 110 degrees Celsius for 1 hour, the weight of coal sample becomes 2.368 gram. So what is the loss in weight? It is initial minus after, which is 2.499 minus 2.368 gram, and then you just note down the formula for percentage of moisture. Formula is loss in weight of coal upon weight of coal into 100. Just put the value what is the loss in weight, then put the value how much is the weight of coal sample, and then find out the percentage of moisture. Now you just note down our formula for percentage of moisture is loss in weight of coal upon weight of coal into 100. The same formula is used for the calculation of volatile matter. But now please understand, initially the weight of coal was 2.499. After removal of moisture means that it becomes 2.368, and now the same sample 2.368 gram of coal sample, now we are going to take it for volatile determination. So that is why what will be the loss in weight? 2.368 gram of coal sample which after heating at 950 degrees Celsius becomes 1.75. So what is the loss calculated? 2.368 minus 1.75, and then put the value and just go for the calculation of volatile matter percentage. After that, in the numerical you can also come to know after removal of moisture, after removal of volatile matter, the weight of residue is shown 0.95 gram. So by using this value, you have percentage of ash is equal to weight of residue into weight of coal, weight of residue upon weight of coal multiplied by 100. So whatever the weight of residue left, whatever the weight of ash left, just put the value in this formula and calculate percentage of ash. Finally, after determination of moisture, volatile matter, ash, your last step is determination of percentage of fixed carbon. And formula is percentage of fixed carbon equal to 100 minus percentage of moisture plus percentage of volatile matter plus percentage of ash. And in this formula, whatever the percentage of moisture you have calculated, like we have obtained in the same numerical, its value is 5.24, volatile matter value is 24.73, and percentage of ash we obtained from a previous calculation, which is 38.02. So our final answer for percentage of fixed carbon is 32.01. So these are the numerical which are expected for 5 marks, 3 to 5 marks in the exam on the calculation of proximate analysis. You can practice this numerical. At the end of this presentation, I have shared one sheet with you so that you can practice the numericals on proximate analysis. So in proximate analysis, total 4 steps are there: moisture calculation, volatile matter, ash, and finally fixed carbon. After that, let's start few numericals based upon ultimate analysis. So in ultimate analysis, we should first of all we should just have a look at the numerical. A coal sample was subjected to ultimate analysis and 1.5 gram of coal sample. The weight of sample here given 1.5 gram. Which on combustion in warm calorimeter gives 0.24 gram of BaSO4. So what is given to us? Just note down. Weight of coal is given 1.5 gram. Weight of BaSO4 is given 0.24 gram. Now we should calculate the percentage of sulfur, and formula is percentage of sulfur is equal to weight of BaSO4 upon weight of coal sample taken multiplied by 32 upon 233. Please look at the formula. Percentage of BaSO4 is weight of percentage of sulfur is weight of BaSO4 upon weight of coal into 32 upon 233 into 100. So weight of BaSO4 already given to us is 0.24. Weight of coal is given 1.5 multiplied by 32 upon 233 into 100, and you will get the percentage of sulfur. This is as simple as just keep the value, find out what is given to you, keep the values in the formula and get a percentage of sulfur. These kind of numericals we can expect for 3 marks in the exam. Now, this is the second numerical based upon the calculation of percentage of nitrogen. Guys, first of all note down what is given to you. It is said 2.2 gram of coal sample. The weight of coal sample is given 2.2 gram. Is heated by heated in a JEDAS flask, and the whatever ammonia evolved is absorbed in 45 ml of capital N by 5 normal H2SO4. And the excess acid required, which is called as back titration, 35 ml of capital N by normal KOH for the neutralization, and calculate the percentage of nitrogen. Now in this numerical, we have first of all given the weight of coal, what we have written. The volume of acid is given 45 ml, and after neutralization the excess acid required is 35. It means that blank titration, what we noted as V2, is given 45 ml and V1 is given 35 ml. Find out first of all the volume of acid required. Find out in this step 1, you should calculate the volume of acid consumed. So volume of acid consumed, a general formula is blank titration minus back titration, that is V2 minus V1. It is given V2 is 45, V1 is 35, that is equal to 10. And after calculation of volume of acid, now you have a general formula for percentage of nitrogen, which is equal to volume of acid consumed multiplied by normality of same acid multiplied by 1.4, and this is divided by weight of coal sample. So again, what is our rule? Just put the value of volume, put the values of volume of acid, then look at what is the normality of acid given in the same numerical, multiplied by 1.4 divided by weight of coal. So this is the step to solve this kind of numerical, that is percentage of nitrogen. Now this numerical can also be asked in a little different way. Just have a look. Now this is the next numerical. 1.95 gram of coal sample was taken for nitrogen estimation, and the ammonia, whatever ammonia liberated, it was required 9.5 ml of 0.4 normal H2SO4. Now in this numerical you have given all the values directly. Like 1.95 gram is the weight of coal sample. We should write first of all weight of coal is equal to 1.95. Then what is the volume of acid required? It is clearly said 9.5 ml. So just note down volume of acid is equal to 9.5 ml. And then the normality of acid is given 0.4 normal. So just note down all this value. We have a formula of nitrogen again, volume of acid into normality into 1.4. Keep all the values here, volume, normality 1.4 upon weight of coal. Just go for the calculation and get the final answer of nitrogen estimation. So if you think about exam point of view, nitrogen estimation can be asked only for 3 marks, and the two different methods for the calculation of nitrogen is, the first one, in the previous method what we discussed, a volume of acid consumed you should calculate by using the formula V2 minus V1, and in some of the cases directly the volume of acid will be consumed will be given to you in this way. So this is your percentage of nitrogen. After that we are going to study how to calculate the percentage of carbon and hydrogen. So guys, in this numerical you can just have a look. 2 gram of carbon, 2 gram of coal sample was burnt in a combustion apparatus, and the products of combustion were collected in previously weighed KOH and CaCl2 bulb. So you know very well what is the coal sample weight is given here, 2 gram. Okay, 2 gram of coal. Now after this, the product, whatever products of combustion means CO2 and H2O. So we know that CO2 is always absorbed in KOH bulb and H2O is always absorbed in CaCl2 bulb. So the increase in, you just note down, increase in weight of KOH is given 4.36 gram. Okay, and increase in weight of CaCl2 bulb is given 2.17. So you should correlate 4.36, which is increased in KOH, it is the weight of CO2, and 2.17, which is absorbed in CaCl2 bulb, it is actually the weight of H2. Now we have a formula, percentage of carbon is equal to increase in weight of KOH into 12 into 100 upon weight of coal into 44. So what you should do, all the given values just keep it in the formula and calculate percentage of carbon. The same way, now you should calculate the percentage of hydrogen. Formula is increase in weight of CaCl2 upon weight of coal multiplied by 2 by 18 into 100. So what is the increase in weight of CaCl2 is given? It is given 2.17 in the numerical. So just put the value, weight of coal sample, you can put weight of coal, weight of CaCl2, then weight of 2 upon 18 and into 100 and calculate the answer. So this is the way to calculate the percentage of hydrogen. This carbon hydrogen calculation numerical collectively can be asked for 5 marks in the exam, and percentage of sulfur and nitrogen can also be possibly asked together for 5 marks. So this what we discuss about the numerical on proximate analysis and ultimate analysis. You can note down the screenshot of these numericals for the practice, guys, based upon both the methods. So thank you all of you. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to see you in the next video. Thank you.